Hello everyone and welcome to SOS Wrestling and to the 7th episode of my Local Global series. As you can see, we have quite a bit of money saved up, which will be good for this show because we had quite a shocking revelation that is totally great for storylines. It didn't mess anything up at all because Rob Van Dam officially retired and vacated our heavyweight championship for, you don't know how much this messes with the storylines. And I can't give anything away, because then that would give up some spoilers for next episode. So, yeah, this is really sucky, especially because now we have three of our first 4 champions did not make a title defense. So that's great. We finished last in regional battles for those who care. We got a .03 TV rating in Night of Champions. And apparently JT Dunn and Kimberly are engaged now, so that's cool. But continuing on, yeah, as you can see, vacant title, Rob Van Dam, Alex Colon, and Drew Gulak all made no defenses. The only one who was supposed to not make any defense was Alex Colon. But of course, Drew Gulak went to WWE. Rob Van Dam retired, which is great. Love it. I think that's really all there is to go over before getting into UPW Kings of Old School. The second Kings of Old School. Should probably have made that edit, but who cares? Looking like a pretty good show, and I'll just jump right into it right here. So we start off with RVD standing in the ring with a mic. He says, "So the whole effing show has finally come to an end. As I'm sure most of you know, due to injuries and circumstances beyond my control, I've been forced to retire from in-ring action. This, of course, means that I can no longer be the UPW Heavyweight Champion. But, in order to make it up to you, Steve Corino and I have set up a fatal 4-way match to find your next champion. But I want to thank you all for the love and support you've given me over the years. 55 rating and crushing my dreams. RVD retiring really sucks. It really does. But I guess that's just how it goes sometimes. Moving on. About that, a decent reaction in the crowd to Subpar Wrestling. Colby Corino defeated Flex Raymond in 7:48 by pinfall. 24 match rating, not all that good, but they both actually did better than I thought they would. Colby getting a 29, Freeman getting a 28, so I'm not going to complain too hard about that. Yeah, that's pretty good. About that, a decent reaction from the crowd to Subpar Wrestling. Rhett Titus defeated Cody Hall in 9:25 by by pinfall using underhanded tactics. Only got a 24 despite, maybe it's the face heel thing, because they're both heels. But Cody Hall's improving in technical and performance, and he got a 29, Titus got a 36, But looks like this should have gotten a better rating, but maybe it's a heel-on-heel matchup, and that's what messed with the rating. That's probably it. About that, a decent reaction in the crowd, but Subpar Wrestling. JT Dunn defeated David Starr in an Iron Man match in 15 minutes by 1 fall to nothing. That should be 2 falls to 1. Just to increase the drama. There we go. JT Dunn makes defense number 1 of his UPW Iron Man title. Dunn got a 31, Starr got a 35. This will not... Oh, and Starr improving in performance. This will not be the last time we see these two face off. Might be the last time for a while, though, as I don't see JT Dunn giving Starr another title shot anytime soon. But after the match, JT Dunn grabs his mic and his title. Dunn shoves the title into Starr's face. You see this? This is my title. The thing you thought up, the thing you created, the thing you defended is mine, and you'll never get it back. So 34 rating, and JT Dunn is improving her performance. So this is a pretty good segment to continue their little storyline thing going on there. So apparently JT Dunn's one goal really is to just keep the title away from David Starr. That's all he really wants, I would say at this point. But 34 rating, not going to complain about that. And about that, a decent reaction from the crowd, but Subpar Wrestling. Kimberly defeated Britt Baker in 28 by pinfall with a Yoshi Tonic. Kimberly wins the UPW Women's title. So this was basically because I forgot to put the women's title on the line at Night of Champions. So I had to do it here. This should have been our first defense, and there should have been a storyline that I was going to start with this. But it didn't work out like that because I hadn't assign the women's title, so we will continue the women's storyline, I guess start it really, in the next show of this episode. So 26 rating, not too bad. In a decent match, War Machine defeated the Colony in 12-13 by pinfall when Raymond Rowe defeated Fire Ant. War Machine makes defense number 2 of their UPW tag team titles, looking pretty dominant. Fire Ant was unfortunately really off his game, only got a 28, but 38 rating, not going to complain too hard about that. Silver Ant's improving a performance. War Machine looks pretty dominant. I don't really know if there's anyone on our roster who can take them on that are currently in the tag team division, but who knows, maybe two singles competitors will team up. I don't know, that's probably what I'm going to do. In a decent match, Takahashi defeated Alex Colon, Dalton Castle, and Kenny King in 1816 when Takahashi defeated Kenny King by pinfall with a bridging fisherman suplex. Hiromu Takahashi wins the UPW heavyweight title, and he carried the match with a 64. So as you can see, Dalton Castle is back now that Alex Colon is no longer champion and RVD retired, and I didn't have any other good people on the roster that I thought could be in this match and keep it at a pretty good rating, i.e. the 42. He's back, and he's better than ever. Probably going to feud with Alex Colon for a little bit. Probably going to be in the UPW main feud that you will see start right here. Takahashi is celebrating in the ring after the match when 3 hooded men emerge from the crowd and start to attack. The assault on Takahashi continues until Steve Carino and UPW security chase off the intruders. While retreating, the men remove their heads. They remove their hoods, not their heads, to reveal their identity. House of Hardcore owner Tommy Dreamer alongside his stooges, Moose and Kingston. So yeah. Oh my god. I put Flex Freeman instead of Moose. That looks bad, but that wasn't intentional at all. Oh jeez. Oh, and I can't go back and change that because of the frickin' angle rider. I can't even talk. Angle rider rules. At least he's improving in charisma and performance, but still, that's pretty awful. But yeah, we have signed Moose. That's supposed to be Moose, but it's Flex Freeman for some reason. Alright, great way to end off the show. We'll see, but it seems like House of Hardcore does not like UPW running shows in their territory. Obviously, they're pretty well known in the tri-state, and they want to keep it that way. They don't want any new people coming up in their money space. That was pretty dumb. That was not good. 41 rating. I'm not too mad at that. I was hoping it would get a little bit higher, but I can definitely do with a 41. And we will see where this UPW versus House of Hardcore storyline continues in the next show. Not the next episode, the next show, which is in this episode, but you know that because it's like halfway through the episode already. But we'll cut to that right here. Alright, so to start off UPW Cross the Line 2018, the House of Hardcore Wrestlers corner Carino in his office, forcing him to book them in matches that night. And it seems like considering they're pretty intimidating and there's 3 of them, seems like they got what they wanted. 32 rating on this one. This show isn't going to be as detailed with the promos and the segments as the other show, mainly just because I don't have time to do that right now, and I need to get this done today, probably within like the next half hour. So yeah, that's what we're working with. Sorry to anyone who's disappointed by that. That's just how it goes sometimes. Hopefully I'll be able to make it up to you with where this storyline goes. But about that, not much heat and terrible wrestling. Virginia Blackwood defeated Britt Baker in 9:21 by submission. Blackwood got a 24, Baker got a 26. Not bad, I guess. 24 rating, not going to complain too much. It's not great, though. About that, a decent reaction in the crowd, but subpar wrestling. Bull James and Kingston defeated the boys in 9:48 when Bull James defeated Brent Tate by pinfall with a bulldozer. James got a 32, Kingston got a 40, Tate's got 32 and 31. And Kingston's improving her performance along with Brandon Tate. 34 rating, not too bad. And a decent match, JT Dunn defeated Dalton Castle in 10:01 by pinfall with a handful of tights. JT Dunn makes defense number 2 of his UPW Ironman title. Unfortunately, he was off his game and did sustain an undisclosed leg injury. But they do have great chemistry, so that's good. Considering it's just undisclosed leg injury, it should be alright for next show, so he shouldn't miss any time, which is good. But 41 rating, not bad at all. And about that, didn't have much heat and terrible wrestling. Kimberly and Barbie Hayden. Kimberly defeated Barbie Hayden in 6:56 by pinfall with a Yoshi Tonic. Kimberly makes defense number 1 of her UPW Women's title. So this was really just to put Barbie Hayden in a match, and she's luckily improving in performance skills, but obviously she got a 9, so that's not great. Might have to let her go, actually, and hire someone else. I need to make some new women's hires anyways, considering we only have 4 on the roster. But, definitely need to hire some new people in there. But moving on to the next segment. The challenger, Virginia Blackwood, floors the champion, Kimberly, with her title belt and then stands over with her posing with it. A 16 rating. That's pretty bad, not gonna lie. But it was based on overness, and I can't expect them to be too over, especially in Tri-State. But moving on to the next segment, Moose defeating Colby Carino in 7:20 by pinfall. Moose and Tommy Dreamer have excellent chemistry, which is great. Colby Carino got a 28, Moose got a 53. 36 rating. I think that's one of the best matches Colby's put together, so that's pretty good. About that, a good heat and decent wrestling. Hiromu... I'm just going to call him Time Bomb. Time Bomb drew with Kenny King in 11:45 following a double disqualification. During the match, we also saw Moose run in and attack Takahashi and Bull James run in and attack King. So basically, the House of Hardcore guys disrupt the match at the end. And Kenny King, they were both really off the game. That's probably because it was a draw. 34 rating, not good. This show's not going to get a good rating, but it's really just a storyline piece, minor show. So we'll be moving on from this show pretty effectively. No real speed bumps, but moving on. After his goons disrupted the championship bout, Dreamer gets into the ring with a mic. Tommy Dreamer says, "Steve Corino, we go way back. I've respected you since our days in ECW, but not anymore. You lost my respect when you tried to mess with my business, to mess with my livelihood. So I'm here to take back what you've stolen from me. Oh, and I'll take this too." Dreamer and the House of Hardcore Wrestlers pry the UPW heavyweight title from the referee and leave through the crowd. Not leave through the crowd. So the House of Hardcore now has stolen the UPW heavyweight title, the top prize in Uproar Pro Wrestling. So we will see where this goes, because that is the end of the show. It did get a 38, so not bad, not too awful. Did increase our popularity everywhere. But yeah, House of Hardcore now has stolen the title. They're serious. They do not want UPW to make any money. They don't want them here. They want them out of the Tri-State, out of New York, which technically, however you say that, where the place we normally run is actually in like Pennsylvania, but we're gonna pretend that it's in New York because that's where UPW, the company that I'm like quote unquote creating, that's where it's actually supposed to be based, not Pennsylvania. It's supposed to be in New York, but still, pretty good show. 38 rating, not too bad. But that's really all there is for this episode. Next episode, we're going to start off with a little something special, if everything goes to plan. Hopefully it will. Hopefully you caught up with the Pro Wrestling World Cup episode, because I'm really excited about that series. A little bit shorter series, or a little bit shorter episodes than most series, but if you did like the video, please feel free to like, subscribe, and comment, and I'll see you guys next time.